How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
All right. No problem. Whatever thing. Gator made. Boy, that when you come to the headquarters, you don't play with it. I don't need to see no dealer. That when you come to the headquarters, you go in there and sit down with the salesman and the vice president and everybody going by and form a relationship. That's what you do. That's what you do now. Shit about relationships. Relationships. You see it. YouTube. Well, back to the Hot Shot Haven. Hey, you back here with me, Jonathan. Hey, back here with that fleet building, y'all. Fleet building. Hey, I told y'all I was going to do a little review of some equipment. You know, I'm going to do a little voiceover talk with some of these pictures that I got. A couple of video shots I got in there of, especially for you guys, dog. Just let them see how we putting up in the lane. You seen Baby the other night. Goddamn it. This ain't the other one that was out there. This another one. Boy, they say you only good as your team, boy. Look at that. Hey, that's the team right there for real. Hey, you see it, the number don't lie. But at the same time, you know, basically what I did, you know, I told y'all we lost like $5 grand, almost 6 in one day. And then I come back the next day and was like, man, hey, gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta get back to the money, gotta get profitable. Hey, in the midst of what's going down. So what I did was I went and got a trailer. Drop a picture. Boom. Right there. Now we fleet building. The reason I went and got a trailer is because in the midst of some more bad stuff happening, I had a truck go down, as y'all probably know. If you watch the channel, I had a truck go down and was in the position right then and there to go to my friendly neighborhood dealership and get another one. Based on the fact that that first truck, we speedballed through the whole loan situation to the point where they really didn't make much interest off me at all. And like I say, it was done and paid for, and when it went down, it sat. Threw money at it little by little. Didn't really upset the maintenance account, but it sat because we had another vehicle hooked up to the first trailer, 28 foot, and kept on trucking, yo. In the midst of what's going on, what was happening, we ain't had to go ask no subscribers for nothing. We ain't had to go ask mom and daddy them for nothing. We ain't, hey, to the point where, you muscle up, you get it how you live, man. But like I said, I'm doing a review on this trailer and why I bought the trailer. And you know, one of the first things I'm gonna say about fleet building, it does absolutely no good and it's not beneficial to build a fleet without steady business. I would advise anybody that wants to do this and wants to go into it, start out with their one truck, unless they know they have a customer base and there's a guaranteed money involved. But like I say, after you get into this for a while, you'll come to build relationships, hopefully, through negotiating and just being personable and keeping everything business the way it should be. You're gonna build some relationships. Like I said, building relationships is more important than 85% of what people are talking about. Rate per mile, you know, I don't care nothing about no rate per mile. It's dollars per day. Because you can't do nothing but a certain amount of miles in a day either. So y'all get that out y'all head, man. Y'all hear these absorbing numbers. Yeah, I got $6 a mile. But for it was short. That was cool. It was something to say, hey, I got 5 something, almost 600 a mile, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand, that type of stuff, it take up a whole day of your time for that little piece of money. That ain't hitting on nothing. So until you get to the point where you can get these freight brokers and these people that got this freight to bow to your will or at least come close, you know what I'm saying? Those type of loads will be your bread and butter. And you ain't gonna get rich. I'm just be honest with you. You ain't gonna even be comfortable. $500, $600, $700 a day, every day. That's cool for some people, but that ain't what we trying to do over here. You know what the number is. Y'all know. But back to this trailer. Went down. Hey, personal relationship. go down to the factory. No slight against any dealers, but I didn't want to see a dealer. What I had in mind for what the equipment was I was going to buy, what I needed based upon the experience that I gained out here over a year, and I know what it takes to do what I do. And that's my biggest disclaimer with this video. This is the best trailer for me and for what I'm doing. And y'all know I'm non-CDL, but at the same time, this trailer was basically requested by a customer. And that's a big point. That's a big point. You know what I'm saying? I lost 5, went spent 10, but it was a method to the madness. It wasn't no, hey, I'm just going to do that and hope everything goes back to normal, or I'm going to make more money. I'm a worst case scenario type of guy. So, you know, we always planning for the rainy days and stuff, as you should. Like I said, with this trailer, went a little bit outside the box with it. You don't see too many people run this setup. You'll see the trailers, different trailers from this company on the road, but this particular setup, you don't see many of. Let's start with the basics. We are rated at 16K, not 14K, not 12, because I got a dually. We got 16K as rated. Combine that with your average Dodge Ram 2500 at 10K in the door, you get 26. Combine it with a smaller truck, you get 25. Well, in offsetting the weight, because this trailer is a little heavier than a 28-foot PJ. But I'm just saying, anything is heavier than a 28-foot PJ just because of the length. And I have people struggle with the fact that I do or have done what we have done over here at Noble Enterprises, starting out with 28 feet of deck space. Going to taking partial to the moon, y'all. And see, that's a big thing. Rate per mile, I don't care. Because guess what? It'll add up and be $1.25 a mile, $1.50 a mile. And it's so small and light, it don't weigh nothing. Then I turn around and put another $1.25, $1.75 with it. It don't weigh much. Combined, it might be up close to the limit when I go across the scale, but I ain't over. But you got $3.25 on the trailer, or $3 on the trailer. At the same time, people are going out, and this is a big thing, going out and doing the CDL thing, and I don't knock that. If you get your right price for what you're doing, more power to you. But running CDL hot shot, chasing $2 a mile when they don't want to pay $2 a mile, you get a lot of hating going on out there about, you know, the CDL guy versus the non-CDL guy. And to be honest with you, it's a thing. If you don't have direct customers and you run a CDL off the load board, you gonna be mad at a guy like me. To be honest with you can be a little salty at a guy like me because you already know I'm running circles around your ass. And you know that I'm keeping more money than you keeping because my overhead way lower, and I ain't go out and spend all my money on no equipment and didn't even have no customers just because they say, you could tote more on that. Yeah, you can tote more on that. You can pay a lot more on that too. Yeah, IRP, Delta, hey, go get your CDL, then go get a truck that can pull this stuff. You don't want to get nothing old because you're finna put $20,000, $30,000 behind this trailer, behind this truck every day. 10, 15, 20,000, some people own the trailer searching for rig money, you know. But back to what I was saying. Trailer, Gator made, Elite Series, okay? 30 plus 5 with the mega round. Boom. I had a customer, like I said, they requested that mega round feature for a particular freight that they move that needs those rounds. It was already in my mind that I'm gonna get a longer trailer. I want this option, I want that option, I want another option. But a customer asking for something trumps a lot of that. It makes you move a little quicker if you know what's going on and you got your money right. Okay, so I said, man, if I'm gonna do it this time, I bought so many tires. I bought so many sets of brakes for the PJ with the Dexter 7K axles. The 16-inch rims. You can get a 14 ply on a 16-inch rim, but it doesn't make the rim any better. I had multiple occasions where I've had flat tires on the highway, and you think it's something in the tire, and it's not. The rim will crack right at the welds where the spokes meet the circle part of the wheel. They crack, cause a pinhole leak in the rim, and you start losing air pressure. Not all the time, but when you make a turn and that crack opens up, now you got a flat tire, and you instead of wondering what it is, you go get the tire checked. Nobody knows, and then you all of a sudden have, oh, maybe it's the rim. You buy the rim, totally done. Tire's still good and everything. So rims, tires, axles, brakes, the mega ramps, the length, all that came into play, and I started looking at a lot of different manufacturers. You know what I'm saying? That's why I took it upon myself when I located someone that built the spec that I was looking for. And it's a special spec, y'all. It sounds basic, but there's a lot of not so basic stuff going on with this trailer. I dropped a picture right here. Bam. See those axles? Those are 8Ks, not 7Ks. But if you pay attention, look at the cover in the center of the hub. Grease cap. Now that might not ring a bell with a lot of people, but if you do high shotting, you got 8K axles, you got 10K axles, and they all bad, you know one thing. Before it's over, inner seals, cap, all that stuff, it's gonna eventually leak. And if you catch it before you lose all the oil on the highway, you could possibly save a set of bearings, an axle. You could even possibly save a wheel from being dislodged from the trailer and killing somebody with an oil bath axle. So what do most guys do? They take the oil bath axle. Whenever they start to have a problem, they'll replace the seal. They'll pack it in grease because this lends itself to longevity. You don't have the leaks associated with it. The seal better against grease because the particles are bigger. They don't pass by the seal as readily as a liquid would. So you upgrade to a grease bath axle. Well, just by the fact that you're looking at a grease cap on an 8K axle, we'll go ahead and say those have already been converted. I'm not going through that. And that was one of my things. I'm not gonna run it until I have a problem, and then on the road in the midst of everything happening, decide to go spend money away from the house when I do this stuff myself, spend an exorbitant amount of money to get some axles packed with grease, when you could just say, hey man, I need that. And most trailer companies won't do that. They do that. Okay, on to the tires. Tires, boom. On just about any trailer that you get in factory stock form or as it's built, as you say, as made, you will get 16-inch rim, 185, 35, or either not 185, or 285, 30, 16, something in that area tire, This one, due to what I was saying about the rims, we're getting 17.5 aluminum, no rusty, fully welded around the edge, no spokes to bend and flex and start to break welds, and it's thick. This aluminum is thick. Upgraded studs and lugs. If you look at it, these lug nuts, these studs are huge. These tires are low boy tires. They're not 10 plies, they're not 12 plies, they're not 14 plies. They are 16 ply, 123 PSI tires that are regroovable, people. Regroovable. This is a low boy tire. This tire is rated at about 4,800 pounds per tire. You got to get the worries and all the unknowns out of the way as much as possible. And one of the biggest unknowns is tire wear, flats, accidents happening because of blowouts. You want to minimize that. Then I moved on to the next thing on my checklist. I run 7K axles, Dexters, good axles. I hadn't had a problem with them. But the way they're designed in an arch. As load is applied, that arch diminishes in that axle and it becomes a straight axle. With the right amount of weight put on it, But in the process of that axle straightening out, it changes the camber on the tires. If you've ever seen these trailers loaded and they're going down the highway with weight on them, you ride behind them, you'll see that those tires are not standing straight up again. They're not standing up. They're leaning, which leads itself to abnormal tire wear. And it's the nature of the beast because those tires and those axles flex. Because the 10-ply tires, 7K axle, the axle flexes, and you know this. If you got 10 ply and you go around corners, you take a tight one, oh, you know those tires lean and roll and pitch and do all type of crazy stuff, which is very, very detrimental to bearings, hubs, and seals. You don't want that. So the natural thing you would do with the 7Ks and 16-inch rims is upgrade to a 14-ply tire, even maybe a 12, and you'll minimize a lot of that flexing and bucking out and leaving tracks of rubber everywhere you go and you make a turn. So we go 16-ply. It's just what you do. Same thing with the spare. It comes on the trailer the way I asked for it to come on the trailer. The 5th tire, 16-ply, same rim setup, everything as it should be. You shouldn't have to buy a spare tire from a trailer manufacturer. You feel me? You shouldn't have to do that. Okay, next up on the list is I already got mounted winch plates. You want to add that. We got one of the most innovative steps, and a lot of people think this doesn't mean anything, but I've had trailers, and if you ever gotten off of one of those trailers in the rain and you have to feel around with your foot to see if it's in that hoop so you can catch that step and get down, you know it's not fun. And you know there's an off chance that you probably hit your shin looking for that step and it's gonna hurt and you're gonna get down and it's not very comfortable. Man, this trailer is set up with user friendliness in mind. That step is placed to where you would never have to bang your shin to get up there. It has 2 grab handles that make it effortless to get up there. It's like walking up steps. It's just that simple. Also, big ups for the LED light, the light bar that is wired in with the signal lights, the hazard lights, and it also has a switch that's separate from that light that operates that spotlight. Great for unloading at night, great for backing up in dark places at night. Because most trailers don't have reverse lights. Well, this one does. Like I say, this trailer was over-engineered for what I do with longevity in mind. It's great to start out with just enough of what you need to get in the business, get your feet wet, see what your niche is going to be, see if you're going to have customers support you buying equipment that costs a little bit more. But, in the long run, when you get to the level where you know that customers are asking for certain things and it would be beneficial for you to do this, you do that. And that's if you're able. If you're not financially able, you put it off, you wait, and that's no big thing because, if you're consistent, the money will eventually come. But without saying anything else, I just tell you what they look like with 6,500 on top of them. 6,500 on top of them. Time to let you look at the trailer. It's a beautiful trailer, to be honest with y'all. Seen reviews about the paint work. I've had it out for a week. I've took it to the northwest, came back across and running in the south, and like I say, it's been really good. I've been astonished at the load carrying capacity of this trailer. I'm not gonna tell you what this trailer was originally rated at, but just know it was originally rated to do more than what I do. There's overkill built in this trailer even before I ordered it. Other options, standard, slide rail. Why do you have to pay somebody to tack a slide rail or weld a slide rail for your ratchet straps under the side of the trailer when it's just a piece of metal and you're giving them all that money? This ain't a Gator-made commercial, but at the end of the day, I did a lot of research from a lot of companies, and I heard what a lot of folks were saying about these people that build this custom trailer, and it's lighter than the rest of them, but shit, they building garbage. I'm not buying a trailer every year. I'm not breaking a trailer down and repairing and rebuilding axles and brakes and all that old stuff every single year. This setup is designed for the people that really go over the road, really run. Because, to be honest with you, it has been recommended by all the trailer companies that I have seen that make 7K axle trailers. They tell me that these trailers are meant for people that run 25,000 miles or less a year, those axles. Well, we all know they run way more than 25,000 miles a year and are capable. You keep them greased, they're fine. But at the same time, you tell me something like that, I know one thing, this is light duty stuff. I might do 200,000 miles in a year, not 25. So I'm going 10 times above and beyond what's going on, to the point where it leaves the impression that that's not really what it's meant to do and made to do. But we do that with it, and we do it without a problem. It's no problem. Like, my own operators, they have 7K axles, that's no problem. But when you get to the point where you know what you need, I suggest you buy what you need. Don't go out and spend money on just enough if you know you need more. That would be a detriment to your business. That'll be a regret later on when this trailer, it carries the load, it does what it's supposed to do, especially in a non-CDL atmosphere. The PJ was great. It is still great. But when you realize the mechanics of all of what's going on and you know, what it takes to really make a trailer last, the way it's built, the construction, the features. I told somebody if I could actually order a trailer, get it built exactly the way I want it, I would pretty much pay what they wanted. Well, they did that, y'all, in a trailer that, you know, is more so standard to them. And that was a big thing to me. That trailer is like, you can order this trailer and it's basically gonna come like mine came. You know, and that's one of those things. I'm like, man, you got people charging for spare tires, charging for rim and tire upgrades, and they're touting the fact that their trailer is $7,900, $8,900 out the door, you know, but you're coming out of there with 10K, 10 ply tires, 7K axles, you know, and in some cases, people are building lighter weight trailers trying to, you know, help the non-CDL guy out. But at the end of the day, you're hurting them, you know, and it's not their problem because they built what you asked. But you realize after the first 10,000 miles, man, I need to basically reconstruct this trailer. I need to put everything that's under here back under here brand new. And that's what you're going to do because you made that mistake. You made that, and if you budgeted in to rebuild your trailer once a year, more power to you. But that ain't in my budget, Doc. That ain't what I'm budgeted for. It could be in there, but I wish I would allocate some money to rebuild a trailer I just bought a month or two after I just bought it. I gotta explain to y'all, it's a difference between price and value. Price is the upfront cost of something when you get it out the door. Value is the use and the money that's made after it's paid for or after the money is recouped from the initial sale of whatever item there was or the initial purchase. So when you quantify value versus price, now you have to look at time. Because like I said, time versus money, time versus everything. Everything based up on time. So let's just say you pay $8,000 for a trailer. You get a year use out of it, then basically have to rebuild it and spend about half of what you spent initially on rebuilding it. Well, in that 1 year, that trailer didn't cost you $8,000. That trailer cost you $12,000. And it makes it harder for you to get your initial investment back out of it. So, like I say, once you realize what you're up against or what you need, what your customers might want, what they're requiring out of you, You do that. You make that happen for that customer. And even if they flake, they don't do what they said they was gonna do, or the deal falls through, you still have a great trailer that's capable of doing a lot of work very easily. Drop a picture right there. Bam. 9,500 pounds on the axle. 16 ply tire. Look at it. Another picture. Bam. Boom. 6,500 pound implement on the axles. Look at the tires. And tell me how scared you'll be to put that on the 10 plies on a single axle. Single tire axle with 10 plies. The 9,500, the 6,500. You gonna ride with it, but you're gonna be watching out that rearview mirror, making sure that trailer ain't bouncing so you don't have a blowout. And I'm gonna do the same, but it's not gonna be as drastic. It's not gonna be as necessary, you know.